Hi ladies, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Shakina. For those of you who are new here, welcome. In today's video, I am going to be sharing my reasons for why I no longer call myself a feminist. If this is something that you'd be interested in, then please keep on watching. I know, the title of this just sounds crazy. Um, I am definitely in support of women having a right to vote, having the right to education, having their own bank accounts, having their own money, being able to work if they see fit to do so, right? I am not saying that I'm no longer in support of that, right? But the feminist movement has become something entirely different than just equal rights or equal access to opportunities. It has become something completely different, and that is what I no longer support. So I'll be breaking it down for you guys. My number one reason for no longer calling myself a feminist is the need to prove yourself. Women are so hell bent or so obsessed with this whole idea of girls can do it better or we can do anything that boys can do. And yeah, you're right. But just because you can does not mean that you should. What points are you proving by doing both jobs, by wearing both hats all the time? You're just gonna leave yourself exhausted and burnt out, and it's actually working out in favor of men, right? They have way less to do because you are here doing too much. Um, and this also shows up in being overly independent. You don't accept help from anyone. You never ask for help. If someone offers, you're going to decline because you can do it all by yourself. And it's fine. Nothing is wrong with being able to do things yourself. But again, because you can does not mean that you should, at least not all the time, right? And again, I titled this specific point as the need to prove yourself because why are you going so hard to prove what you can do to someone else? You're tying your self worth to external things, things outside of you. Sometimes we ask women, tell me about yourself. The very first thing she's gonna jump to, well, I have my bachelor's in this, that, the other, and I have my master's in this. I also this, that, the other. You are leading with your accomplishments. That is not who you are. Isn't that you're tying your identity to your achievements, to the things outside of you? Who are you? Who are you? You know what I mean? Again, there's always this extreme need to prove yourself, and there's no reason to do that. Of course, there is. It's awesome when you have your degrees and you have all these things, but women are tying their self worth to their accomplishments and leading with that. That becomes their entire identity. Like, no. Or you're doing way too much, um, wearing two hats all the. The next point would be loss of femininity and softness. And for me, again, I was not raised this way. I had to learn these things myself. I am still learning a lot of these things. And as a result, it does not come so easy. It does not come like that. When you're in a situation, you may not respond in a feminine way if you've been used to responding out or acting out of your masculine traits, I guess. And I want to give an example. This example is going to sound completely bonkers, but hear me out. When you look at those animal kingdom videos, and Sage and I, we watch that all the time, animals in the wild, things like that. When you look at those peacocks, they are flapping their wings or their feathers, and other birds, other animals do this in their own way. And they're doing all these things to get the attention of the female, right? And if we look at how men operate, they act in a similar way. They are flashing their money. They're telling you all about these trips that they may have went, these vacations that they've gone on. They are telling you about how many apartments they have, their rental income, all these different things to get your attention, right? They're taking you out on dates, all that to get your attention. And what we have now is women doing the exact same thing. Women are doing the exact same thing. They're flashing their wealth, they're flashing their income, they're flashing and leading with their accomplishments. And you think, and I feel like this, and again, I'm sure you mean well, because I think I would have done that too. Um, because you're like, oh yeah, this is my accomplishment. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. This is gonna make this person think highly of me. But it's not. And if you're not careful, you're gonna attract a lot of dusties by doing that. Because I feel like, and from what I have seen, again, I'm speaking out of my experience here, and I feel like a lot of women can attest to this as well. Men who have a lot, or own a lot, or have accomplished a lot, they don't necessarily want to hear about that. I am not going to say that they don't care completely, because some of them they do. They want to know that you're smart, that they're not dealing with, you know, someone who's not smart, right? Um, but if you're leading with these things, you're acting in a very masculine way and you don't realize it. Men are the one flashing their wealth. Men are the one flapping their wings and doing all these things to get your attention. Why are you going so hard and doing so much to get the attention of a man? That is not a feminine trait at all. And I had to learn this because I never saw a problem with it. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm telling you about myself. No, I was not. Because, and I've had this example for a while now. Someone asked this woman, she's highly successful. Tell me about yourself. Well, I have my bachelor's in this, I run this, that, the other. Is that who you are? Without this certificate, is this who you are? You're getting me? We are leading with our accomplishments and we're making our accomplishments our identity. And that is something that men do. That is a man thing. That is a guy thing. That is not for you to do, right? And I feel like a lot of women are not realizing it. And I feel like the more masculine traits that we adopt, or the more masculine things that we're doing, without realizing, we are suppressing our natural feminine nature, right? And again, we do have to blame feminism on this. We fought to be able to have these accomplishments in the first place. So of course we want to show it off, right? But there's a time and place. There is a time and place for that. The next point, and I feel like this is my heaviest or most important point, and that is the breakdown in the family structure. Um, when we have both parents working, we have both mom and dad out of the home, we're not spending as much time with children. You know, people external, the outside, everyone on the outside is spending a lot more time with your kids than you are. And I feel like people don't take the time to pay attention to this or to consider the impact of this. And it's insane. You are sending your child to school, and they are spending more time with their teacher than with the parents. That is completely insane to me. Or when they get back home, you're so busy because you have so many things to do that you have to send them to the grandparents. Or they're outside, they're playing with their cousins. You're spending more time with everyone else but the parents. And I feel like we don't take the time to consider how much this impacts our kids. And again, I know some people are already in the situation, you have no choice, you have to get the income to be able to support these kids, right? But if you are in a position, you don't have children yet, you're not married yet, you're dating, whatever, this is the time. This is why it's so crucial for us to in my opinion, follow the gender rules, right? Follow the way things were designed to be, in my opinion. When both parents are out of the home all the time, no one is supervising these kids. Their homework, their schoolwork, everything is suffering because of it. Sometimes parents are so busy that they aren't able to show up for the game or whatever extracurricular activities that the kids are doing, right? There is a complete breakdown. And um, when we have our kids being raised by other people, we don't have the opportunity to fine tune or pay close enough attention to figure out what they're doing, what they're learning on these iPads, what they're learning or doing on these phones, right? There is so much exposure now because of the internet. There is so much access now. And when we don't have parents in the home, or at least one primary parent in the home, these kids are raising themselves, right? And the entire family structure, the kids, everyone is suffering because of it, right? Every single person is suffering. And again, I don't feel that this can entirely or exclusively be blamed on the feminist movement or feminism, but sorry, I'm sorry. It has a massive part to play in all of this. Alright, ladies, I hope that you enjoyed this week's video. I will admit that it is on the shorter side, especially in comparison to last week's video. However, there is a very good reason for that. I do plan on creating more specific videos, for example, how to be more feminine or how to enhance your feminine qualities, how to enhance or learn the skills that you were not taught, right? So there are so many more videos to come on these topics, and I hope that you are enjoying them so far, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!